I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Gev, and he will introduce himself and hit these 3 prompts, and if he goes over 8 minutes, we will kick him off the stage.
Gladly. Thank you. Thank you, Sevan, and all the organizers for this incredible event. I think there's one thing in this room that connects everybody, and contrary to popular belief, I don't think it's the fact that we're Armenian. I think that everybody in this room knows that being Armenian, whether it is the maintenance of our culture, our political advocacy, our identity, everything that it entails, requires work. And every single one of you understands that. That for the Armenian nation to survive, it can't be a passive process. It needs to be an active process. And at our core, that's what our organization believes in. My name is Iskajyan. I represent the ANCA, the Armenian National Committee of America. We are one of the strongest ethnic lobbies in the United States. We have chapters across 36 states. We have over 50 chapters from California all the way to Washington, D.C. and beyond. Our primary focus is obviously political advocacy. We work on a litany of issues, whether it is standing for the rights and representation of the Armenian American community in the United States, whether it is advocating for better relations in terms of the United States and our homeland, Armenia. And lastly, we believe in elevating the next generation of Armenian Americans. Over the last 2 to 3 years, I had the privilege of working in Artsakh. I served as the executive director of the ANC Artsakh in Stepanakert. We were there during the blockade, the war, and it was very important for us to have our team, our members there with the people, because we advocate for Artsakh's right to exist. We advocate for the Armenian people's rightful place on the nation of tables, but it's also important for us that the Artsakhtsis, that the people of Armenia, the people of our homeland, know that this isn't a struggle that we carry on in terms of words. It's exemplified through action. So living with them, documenting the blockade, sharing that news with the rest of the world, seeing the horrific atrocities committed against our people, but also trying to amplify that noise on the world stage is incredibly important for us. And that is a big chunk of what our organization does. Lastly, we believe strongly that we have our own political principles, we have a certain way of action, and many people can agree with it, can disagree with it, but one thing that I think we have mass appeal towards is the fact that Armenians need to be represented more and everywhere. And currently, a big portion of our efforts goes to that, the elevation of the next generation of Armenian Americans. So our office is based in Washington, D.C. We've got an incredible team that works across the country. We have regional offices in New Jersey, in Los Angeles. But we do our best to gather youth, the best and brightest of the Armenian American nation and community, to Washington, D.C., to give them opportunities they might not have anywhere else. Some of you may have done those programs, some of your kids may have done those programs, but it really is the soul of our core mission. Recently, we purchased a property in the heart of Washington, D.C. that houses anywhere from 15 to 20 youth. And in the course of the last 10 years, we've seen hundreds of people come through those programs. And what we say is that if you're a young Armenian American and you want to work in politics, in policy, in legislation, where we're heavily underrepresented, we know that there are a lot of barriers to entry. If you're a young college student, it's very tough if you're from LA or from the East Coast to leave everything behind and come to Washington, D.C. And work there and look for a job. There's financial hurdles, there are community hurdles. You need to go somewhere where you know people, where you're welcome. And we try to break as many of those barriers as possible. So one of our main programs, our Capital Gateway programs, brings in 20 Armenian youth every year to Washington, D.C. And we tell them that we are going to house them free of charge in the capital for over 4 months. We connect them with people in various industries. So if you want to work in the State Department, somewhere that, again, we're heavily underrepresented, we will get you an Armenian mentor that has gone through those steps, that currently works there to help navigate you through that process. If you want to work in Congress, we will match you with a mentor. We will provide you interview training. We will provide you resume building. And for those 4 months, the only thing you have to focus on is getting a job there in the capital. Yes, 2 minutes, thank you. More than 10 years ago, I would say I could count the number of staffers that we had on the Hill in DC that were of Armenian American descent. Today we have over 40 of them. And to us, that is a testament to the work that we do. So when I want to go meet with a congressman from Wyoming, of which there are 2 Armenians we've been able to identify in the entire state, it becomes tough for you to get your message across because they're like, what community do you represent? You say the Armenians, who are they? Point it out on a map. Now, we walk into a congressman's office from Wyoming, and there's an Armenian staffer there. And that point of representation is powerful. Instead of having tens of thousands of people that would equate to the same volume and that would have the same impact. We have people working in those offices across the country, and that's what helps elevate what we do. Thank you. So when it comes to best practices, things to avoid, every organization in here is unique and special, and you do something that is incredibly valuable to the Armenian nation. And I wouldn't even dare tell you how to run your organization. The only thing that I would say is that representation matters. The only thing that I would say is that everything that we do means nothing if the next generation cannot inherit it. So the focus on our youth, the focus on building Armenian representation across the states and building essentially, in effect, our power in this country is vital to anything that we want to do. And every single one of you focuses on that in one way or another. So I'm going to cut my time off and thank you all for being here. I can't wait to discuss this with you.
Well done, Gev. Well done. Thank you.